Today's episode is sponsored by our new drop of the month, our headband wigs. And today I'm rocking the curly units. Our headband wigs are so easy to wear. Look at how cute it looks on me, okay? It's just a pop on and a pop off, okay? Our drop this month, we have 3 textures: our curly unit as I'm wearing, our kinky straight, and our relaxed straight. So get into our headband wigs. And I don't want you guys to forget, our headband wigs, they drop on February 14th, okay? We're going to be having a flash sale, and I can't wait for all of you to get you your own. So look out for our drop. Hi everyone, it's your girl Donna.Prescott. You already know I'm the founder of Donna.Prescott Beauty, and I just wanted to welcome you back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing a continuation of the topic that we did last week. We were speaking around jealousy, okay? So a lot of you guys were, letting me know that you've had different experiences around this, and I love the conversation, okay? I gave a story time about a family member and the experience that I had with her, and then I posed the question to you guys: did you think it was jealousy or not? Now I want to give a different story time around someone who was a friend who started working within my company, and we had this whole situation. So let's get into the story. Way back when I was first starting up my salon, I had a friend who introduced me to a young lady who was trying to start her career in a salon, okay? So my friend at the time told me that this young lady was very talented, and she was just looking for a salon to work in. So I got to meet this young lady, and after seeing her work and having conversation with her, I was like, oh wow, like she really is talented. And I feel like we connected on a level of, we were around the same age, we both had children, and we were on our grown women stuff, okay? We made an agreement of how we were going to work together, which initially started flowing really well. So I thought. We worked together for about 8 months before the big bomb, okay? So fast forward to 8 months working together, I randomly get this phone call from someone saying that this young lady was in the salon having this big open conversation about me, okay? Talking about, different things around, like, I'm greedy, I'm not a good boss, I'm all about like the money, and just a lot of private personal things that I felt like was supposed to be handled between the two of us, okay? So I was shocked, because 8 months working with this person and never getting that type of feeling or feedback was very shocking to me, to hear that this conversation was happening behind my back. So immediately I made my way to the salon, and I was like, I need to confront this individual, which I did. And the individual was very much not surprised, but kind of surprised that I found out, and could not even deny it. All this person said was like, oh my God, yes, I was talking about you. So I was like, why? Like, why did you feel the need to actually just have a personal one-on-one with me? And this person says to me, it's not easy speaking to you. All right, so there's a bunch of things happening here, right? I really had to sit with that for a minute to see if it really was me, and was I really unapproachable? Then I realized, no, it really wasn't me. It was that person, because guess what? How are you able to have every other conversation with me? Like, we got so close to the point where we spoke about, her child, her upbringing, just other situations with other people, but then you're scared to have a conversation with me. So I felt like initially this person was getting acclimated to a salon setting, and I felt as a leader I was supposed to guide that person. And I feel like it's a thing that I do no matter who works with me. I share my experiences, I share my resources, I share, you could do this way, I honestly don't feel like I lead from a place of boss. I hate that word boss. I love the word leader, because I feel like when you're coming from a leading position, you're teaching, you're sharing. We're equals in a sense. I'm not speaking down at you, but at you, and we're working together, right? So what were some of the things that I initially looked past? I feel like, firstly, there was a time when, you know, we would have conversations around how much she should price her services, okay? So I felt like, you know, she needed to do a lot of work around her mindset of being in a salon and offering the great services that she did, okay? Because her work was amazing, and I was just blown away by how she wanted to price the services. And I even started telling her, like, use me as an example of, like, I'm in the salon now, I have to price my services at salon prices, and, you know, let that be your excuse of if you're too scared to tell the clients that, okay, this service costs whatever. But then again, this was someone who had expressed to me that they were having like a lot of difficulties in their personal life, you know, and I was trying to let them have the understanding that, listen, you're in a different position right now. You need to take care of yourself, you need to take care of your child, and you cannot afford to just take the excuses of other people saying that they can't afford it or they don't have it, and then in return, you can't eat, you can't even take the bus home, you know? So initially we had a little struggle around that. So I don't know if that was one of the reasons why this individual was feeling like, hey, why is she telling me about pricing and whatnot? Like, they would bring a lot of company into the salon. Whether it was like gatherings where they drank together, talked together, you know, and I was not having that. I was like, listen, I do not feel like this is a bar. We need to treat this place as a business. And I don't think this person was happy with me, you know, just always addressing things. But still, even in me addressing certain things that were happening, I still felt like they took the feedback really well and was trying to just adjust. Little did I know that there was like a lot of conversation behind my back leading up to that big day where, wow, like, here's this big nasty conversation happening. So what do you think was happening there? Do you feel like this individual was just literally looking at me as, who does she think she is, or why her, or why not me? You know, this is the big question mark that I have when it comes to, like, was it somewhat of a jealousy thing? Because why was there not a question or a conversation had? You know, it had to get to the point where it was like someone telling me, you're speaking about me behind my back, and then me addressing it. And yes, we had to part ways, and that whole relationship fell apart. The friendship part of it, the business part of it, all of that fell apart. When I first met this young lady, I felt like we had a really amazing meetup, startup, however you want to put it, right? Again, we were around the same age, we both had children, so I felt like those were the things that we had in common. We were also from the same country as well, and starting up, it was very exciting for both of us because, one, I feel like I'm the type of person, when I see talent in someone, I want to praise that, I want to push that. Sometimes, you know, which I've done work on that on myself as well, because sometimes, you know, people have to go through their own process as well, and you wanting more for someone sometimes is not what the person wants, okay? I found myself in that situation where I was just always like exposing this person to any opportunity that I got. So if I got like tickets to a hair show, I would be like, hey, let's go. If I got any kind of invitation to like or any hair opportunities, I would share it with this individual. And that's kind of how we started off, and that felt very natural and normal to me. It also felt to me that she was happy that, you know, I was exposing her and pulling her up alongside with me, right? And then I felt like maybe the first thing that was like an indicator that maybe something's a little is happening here, which I didn't really pinpoint at that time, but you know, it was a challenge for us. It was around the pricing around her services. We kind of butt heads around that, and I felt like I had to do a lot of work around showing her that there's value in your work. But again, if someone don't see the value in their work, is but so much you could do to really make that person see their own value. But again, I'm running a business, so I have to be as transparent as I can and forthcoming as I can with okay, you're offering this service, this is the salon price, blah blah blah. It's a business, right? There was not a lot of pushback around it, but it did take some time for like the pricing thing to really start kicking in. Then another thing I started noticing was this young lady started like she fell out with the friend that introduced me to her, and I tried to keep the two friendships or relationships separated, but that was a red flag that I let slide somehow, because what I didn't realize was happening was that's exactly the time that the behind the scenes conversations were happening unbeknownst to me. So there were other instances where there were clients in the salon that was whispering. I was not aware that there was like conversation happening behind the scenes, conversation happening with the clients, and a lot of this would happen when I was not in the salon. Again, yes, I have surveillance, so I could see everything that's going on in there. And also I got the memo from other people that are not comfortable with it. So now I'm left to bring more feedback to this stylist. So I'm having a conversation like, hey, this is unacceptable, and I would appreciate if you guys, just keep that outside the salon. I don't think the stylist was very happy about that conversation in particular, but again, I have to stand on business, because at the end of the day, if the steak walks in and sees drinks and bottles and in the place, I'm the one being fined, So again, I just had to do it. Still up till that time, I was like, everything is flowing, like, hey, I'm saying how I feel about things. That stylist is very receptive to it. They're hearing me, they're making the little adjustments, but little did I know, they were pissed off behind the scenes, okay? So that's why it was like a disgruntled thing in the back end that I didn't know was brewing, okay? Like now this person is starting to grow a chip on their shoulder, and coming back to the conversation that they were having in the salon, this is where I had the question like, okay, what was it? Because people are telling you certain things, you're feeling yourself right now, you feel like, I think I'm all that, like just a lot of the things, like it was more of like a internal personalized situation with that person, but then they were just trying to throw it on me like, I was an issue. So coming back to the date of the big conversation in the salon, I was like just heavily shocked by the words that were spoken about me. It was just ridiculous. So again, I had the conversation. We decided we were gonna part ways. Well, I decided that, hey, I cannot continue this friendship, and you cannot continue to work with me because you're not honest, you're not forthcoming. To me, it's a whole lot of fakeness going on there. And jealousy or not, like, I refuse to work around that. So after giving her the 2 weeks notice, the very next day, she came in, and I'm the type of person, I'm a speak what's on my mind, and then I move on, okay? I don't deal with my business and take anything personal, okay? It's not a drama for me. I'm not coming for you. We're not going to be treating people uncomfortable, making them walk on eggshells. It's none of that stuff, okay? That's not the vibe or the environment that I foster at all. So she came in the next day, and I was like, hey, how are you? Like, you ready for work, whatever? Acting normal, because why should I make you feel funny in front of clients? And I felt like that was a shock to her. So she looked uncomfortable for that reason, and she sat there for maybe like an hour, and then she got up and she left. And I feel like she came back that evening after I left, and she took all her stuff and she moved out. I'm thinking that, okay, new chapter. This is done, this is over. Little did I know, the young lady was contacting all my clients people that I knew, my family, random people that I didn't even know. And people were contacting me and telling me, you know, how she was approaching them with like, you know, Donna is just this evil person. Donna is this person who is full of herself. Donna is this person that is, you know, jealous of people. She even said to someone that I was a wolf in sheep's clothing and I was evil. And I'm like, what did I do to you, young lady? It's like we were in this space for about 8 months working together, and I had no clue that you did not like me and that you were just talking a whole bunch of nonsense behind my back. Why wasn't it easy for you to just be like, hey Donna, guess what? You coming off like this. What about just having a conversation with someone? And it's just, it was surprising to me because the amount of conversations that I actually approached this young lady about, I was like, there were so many times and opportunities for you to just tell me how you really felt. So again, that was my experience with that. And what do you guys think? Do you feel like there was some jealousy brewing there? You know, we're not tagging everything on jealousy, but I just feel like this is definitely a story about someone not really feeling their worth, and the way of validating themselves is by bringing me down and doing all this behind the scenes stuff. So yes, I definitely look at it as jealousy. So thank you guys for joining me for my story time this week. I am happy to have you as a part of the Donna.Prescott community. To all my new people, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please subscribe to my channel, like, share, comments, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.